The Needham Council for Arts and Culture has unveiled their latest public art project, a third electrical art box. Needham High School students were charged with the task of creating climate change-themed artwork for the box. Emma Curry's work, Save the Bees, was selected by a committee consisting of the Council for Arts and Culture as well as other students. We spoke with the Needham Council for Arts and Culture Chair Charlie Nanda to learn more about the project, as well as with local beekeepers to discuss the importance of saving the bees.
We chose a theme that was pretty broad, but we allowed them to kind of take it anywhere they wanted. So we had about a dozen entries, and we let them kind of go wild with that. And so when we selected Emma Curry, we were really excited because her theme of Save the Bees is the name of the box. That was the piece that really was near and dear to a lot of council members and jury members' hearts, because there is definitely an issue going on with bees in our society. So that theme really worked.
I'm Peter Hauschka. I've been in Needham for many years and been beekeeping for 20 years. I think the critical issue with climate change is that many aspects of the natural environment are changing much faster than we normally thought they would. And this includes disastrous weather, excessive temperature in places, and all of these things can affect the natural balance of animals and insects and plants and so forth. To have bees a focus of Emma's work, I think, is very important, because bees are responsible for something like 1 out of every 3 bites of food that you eat every day.
Without bees, we would lose 100% of almonds and 90% of apples, onions, blueberries, cucumbers, and carrots.
The importance of pollination, not only for fruit development, but also for the development of seeds for next year's crop and so forth, is essential.
There is no single cause for the decline of bees. Experts cite a combination of factors, including parasites, pathogens, poor nutrition, and habitat loss. However, there are some simple actions that you can take to help bees locally. For example, you can reduce or eliminate the use of pesticides on your property.
So I have a dozen hives, and so if you think of it, typical hive is 60,000 bees. That's over 700,000 bees. I keep them at Crescent Ridge in Sharon, Mass. Bees travel a 2-mile radius from the hives, and they collect nectar and pollen from everywhere. And so, I mean, there have been studies that look at, honey from that bees produce. There are traces of, Roundup and all sorts of, pesticides in there, unfortunately. And there's really nothing I, as a beekeeper, can do about that. It's not like I can tell my bees, okay, I want you only to go to the houses where there are no pesticides. They go everywhere, and they bring it all back into the hive.
Public art it can be thought-provoking. It can be beautifying for the environment. It can be just a little pop of color and expression. An electrical box is a very boring canvas out in your environment. And so when we saw it, we thought that would be a really great place to put some art. Our first round of art boxes was a broad call to the entire community. And you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference between the students and the general population. There are really amazing works submitted. This is the final installment in these 3 boxes that we decided to fund. I have to give a shout out to Marissa Torrey at Needham High School. She is just such an incredible, energetic woman, and perhaps she's such a great teacher too. I think she really was like an awesome mentor to get the students to submit work that was professional quality. So I'm really happy with how the project turned out.
The Save the Bees art box is located in front of the Presbyterian Church on the corner of Great Plain and Central Avenue. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Jessica Burks.